Hi again then folks, and welcome to another cash cow build, if you will, in Gran Turismo. I don't expect this one to get as many views as usual, because a lot of people haven't even bought the car in the first place for understandable reasons. The Porsche 917, as you can see though, it sits at exactly 700 points, at least for now, and of course that tends to change with different updates, but as it turns out, you can use this as a pretty good cash cow. And as with all of the videos that I'm putting out this year, this video also comes with a £100 prize technically, but I know most videos aren't going to achieve this, but for every single video in 2023 that I put out, if they hit 10,000 likes and, you know, whatever views, whatever amount of comments, doesn't even matter after that, I will pick a random person from the comments of that video and give them £100 cash. It's as simple as that, and it applies to every single video of the year. So if this video gets 10,000 likes, somebody's winning £100. If yesterday's video, if tomorrow's video, literally every single video applies. So that is ongoing, of course, and for now, all you need to do to this car is literally have racing hearts, which if I recall correctly, I think it comes with already. And aside from that, you only really need to restrict the weight. So you don't even need the power limiter, technically. So as far as the suspension goes, we've got 80 on the rear, 60 on the front, that's millimeters of course, 6 for anti-roll, 36 for compression with 44 on the rebound, 3.5 for the frequency, at least that's what I've got, 3 degrees of camber. We've towed in on the back by 0.20, then towed out on the front even, by 0.10. As far as the diff, nothing too crazy there. 10, 30 and 30 is what I've gone with. You could of course try other things if you want to. Of course we don't have NOS, because you just don't have NOS. As far as the transmission, that is standard, so you're working with a 4-speed box, because if you do fit the racing one, as good as it is, it makes the point level way too high, and I don't really want to restrict the power. Plus, to be honest, the 4-speed is good enough really for this event. The power restrictor and the ECU are untouched. But as I said, you will want a full 200 kilos of ballast, and I would recommend putting that all the way to the front, so it gets it that much closer to a 50-50. In my opinion, a 49-51 is a perfect weight split anyway, both in real life and in games, for the majority of cars at least. Certainly for mid-engine cars. Then as far as the downforce, I would recommend the lowest on the front, then 78 on the back. That's mostly just to get it at that point level. And then for the rest, of course, there's nothing fitted because you don't need to. So that's it for the build. Now if we jump into career mode, some of you may already be familiar with this. In fact, most of you, if you follow the channel, will be. But for those who maybe don't know, if you jump over to Europe, and once you progress enough through the cafe missions, you'll unlock Le Mans, the 24 Heures du Mans, then go for the 700 point event here in the middle. As you can see, it's 550,000, but then if you complete it in a quote-unquote clean way, and it's pretty much anything goes, so it's difficult not to get a clean race, then you'll get 825,000. You can cut corners, you can get penalties, you can bash into things, it really doesn't matter. So as we jump over to the event itself, you'll see some of the driving in the rain and in the dry. I know for some people it never rains. I'm very jealous of those people because it almost always does for me at some point in the event. But as I said, it's actually a really good car. You can get like 3 or 4 laps, if I recall correctly, out of this particular vehicle. And even at the, say, 2 or 3 lap kind of split, it's still much like the Veyron is more than quick enough to even at that point still be great. As it turns out, in the rain even, it's not that bad. And if you find it difficult to drive, say with the hard tyres that I'm using, well obviously you've got 2 choices. You could either go for some intermediates or heavy wets. Intermediate tends to be good enough for most people. Or, on the other hand, because obviously intermediates do allow you to have less weight, which is another advantage, but another way to do it is just to have the traction control turned on. And of course you can turn it on and off while you're driving anyway, with the active buttons, so either way, it's a surprisingly good car in the rain. 600 horsepower, 1,000 kilos, 600 horsepower per tonne in other words. It's a very, very good car. Top speed-wise, up around 190, 200 miles an hour. Again, that's with the fuel fully leaned out. So, is it the best thing to use? No. But that's what most of these tunes are about. They're about varying it, you know? Most people get sick of using the same car every single time, so these builds are to allow you to use different things for the event and have more varied fun. So if you do enjoy it, of course, check out the other builds that I've already done, some totally different ones to this. The Red Bull Junior, Camaro, TVR Tuscan, Mitsubishi GTO, all different kinds of car. The Veyron, of course. And of course, if, as I said, this video does, by some miracle, and with this car in the video it certainly won't, but if it does hit 10,000 likes, then just like every other video in the year, we'll be having a winner. But, of course, that's down to you guys liking, commenting and watching the video, and until next time, I'll see you then with more tunes. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.